Hello everybody, welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. We're here in the open bracket. We have Creator going up against Kelazhur. We're digging for diamonds in the open section of the ESL Spring 2024 offline portion, DreamHack Dallas Finals, whatever you want to call it. It has a bunch of names somehow. And we are looking for players that maybe didn't end up making it. Or some of them did. But they came from the open bracket, and most of those games were not cast. So I thought it would be cool to go back and see what the meta looked like in like the first day of the tournament, where the big boys didn't really have to play yet. Kelazhur going for an engineering bay block, but Creator does sniff it out. Well, he wanted to put down a Nexus and then he found it, so I guess it's not really sniffing out, he just got. Not getting a Zealot here. Even though he has the money, doesn't want to make a Zealot, just uses the probes to damage this engineering bay. I wonder if these probes being off the line costs 100 minerals, but I guess the Zealot wouldn't even be done yet, so it's all about time here. Time is of the essence. And apparently pulling 5 probes is about optimal. I haven't done the math. I don't know if Creator's done the math. Not to slight him. It's just, you know, he's a gamer. A lot of these things you do by feel. So he's probably pretty close to optimal. But every gamer kind of needs a math nerd in their court. Either be one yourself or have a friend that's like, yeah, I like playing StarCraft, but, you know, not as much as you. But I do like the nerdy stuff. I do like thinking about how many minerals do you get by pairing up your workers on the close patches early on. How much does that speed up your time? We used to have a thing where you would like rally the probe in front of the mineral and then shift click it onto the mineral. Because when a SCV or probe or whatever would approach the mineral line, they would like slow down. You can see it still, kind of like they just drift in at the last second. And that used to be so much slower than just moving, that you would purposefully move your worker to the as close as you could to the patch, so that they would mine a little faster. But you had to do that manually a lot, which I'm glad they removed it, because somebody who could just do that longer would have more money. But it was kind of dumb. But I mean, it was a nice way to get a couple extra minerals. Especially early game where you weren't really doing anything. Double gateway in the front from Creator. He did see the factory, so he has to prepare for potential Hellions trying to run by into his natural here. Adept scouting around the base here. A probe puts down a pylon, a very nice pylon position, against potential Widowmine drops or Liberators. Could even be a Hellion drop. Could be like a 1 Cyclone 4 Marine drop. Anything, basically. Terrans will drop anything into your base, and it's disgusting. We have 3 mines and a medevac, and a Busan out of there. On its way to the mineral line of the natural here from Creator. And let's get acquainted with the TVP meta, shall we? Creator going for a robo, has Blink underway, 3 gateways ready. So he's pretty ready for this, unless these stalkers start moving away from the mineral line, which they are. They're kind of in front here, which is interesting. Now the medevac does boost in, gets his mines into the mineral line, only 1 into the natural. Even re-burrows, trying to retarget on the big stack. Another mine walks on in. The stalkers start firing, and this mine does get another shot off, but then reveals itself. No armory on deck just yet. I think you even need drilling claws nowadays. So this medevac is going to chill behind the main of Creator. Could come in later. Very nice if Kelazhur plans a push, which he does seem to be doing. Maybe with Stim. And then suddenly you can still boost back in, because Creator needs like a couple stalkers stuck in his mineral line until that medevac shows itself. So this is like nice passive pressure. And then as soon as you think Creator has pulled the Stalkers because he has all hands on deck, needs to hold the push, then suddenly there's Widow Mines in your natural or main base again. You can like drop one, and then boost down, and then run the mine in. I don't know if it's out of vision. Auto turret did get a kill on something, but I don't know what it is. He would see the mine, I guess. So what is Kelazhur planning here? 4th gas coming down. Finally an engineering bay in his own base. To potentially start +1. He has no 3rd command center, and as I say that, he puts one down. It's a bit of a defensive stance here from Kelazhur. Has a full wall on the front as well. Making sure that no Adept Shades or Charged Zealots or whatever come in. Now here come the Widow Mines again. Nothing else really going on. Never mind, there is an auto turret, so I like that a lot. Going for the double. Putting some pressure on in 2 places at once. And these Widow Mines, I mean, burrows, but I don't think there is an armory. And I don't think he upgraded Drilling Claws. The Raven is still around. Ravens are super annoying. You can put down a lot of those auto turrets. And they will get a decent amount of kills every time. Because they shoot so fast. They expire pretty fast as well, but in the time that they are alive, they can kill like 5 probes. If you don't pull them away. And if you're not like on top of it, it's almost not worth it anymore. Or it just feels bad. I think it's always worth it, obviously, to pull them away from dying. Kelazhur finds this probe, does not kill it. Wants to go for big damage at the 3rd base. Bunch of sentries here. Put down force fields. Keep the Colossus safe. And we see Thermalance. 2nd Colossus underway. 1 Robo. And we have a 4th Gateway underway. Now we see the drop going towards the main here from Kelazhur. But the Stalkers are there. Creator looking solid here. 8 Stalkers on the map. Has a 3rd Colossus now underway. And Creator could be putting down his 4th base here. Kelazhur now going out to his 3rd base himself. Probably going to be seeing an orbital here. We see Marauder slow. Stim is done. +1 is halfway done. We still have a drop over here. The Raven is dead? The Raven... No, the Raven is not dead. The Raven is now up in the main. So, drop goes down at the 4th base. Meanwhile, Kelazhur is moving across the map. Going to a potential 5th base location. Making sure that Creator doesn't take that without him knowing and denying it. 3rd base becomes an orbital. Double armory goes down. Okay, is this a mistake? Or... Engineering Bay Armory, Engineering Bay Armory. I think he just did the same thing twice. Where his brain was like, oh yeah, I still need to do that. So let's see if he cancels that or that he even uses it. He has 3 engineering bays if that finishes up. Ooh, Colossus beams coming from both sides. Nice blinks out. Widowmine doesn't really get any damage done. The shots were dodged. Kelazhur is attacking from both sides here. And armor is started. I don't think he's noticing. This armory might just finish up here. And that is a small mistake by Kelazhur, but I don't think he'll lose the game off that, but it is kind of a weird champ moment. So we have double armory and 3 engineering bays for Kelazhur. Put out some pressure on the map, but Creator is still on 4 bases. Decent probe count. How many probes have we seen fall? 8 probes and 7 Widow Mines. Damn. The Widow Mines have not done their magic this game. 2nd Robo for Creator. Or did it just get sniped? I think the Robo got sniped. By that move out, right. When Kelazhur ran up the ramp. I don't know. It's kind of like the 3rd engineering bay. My brain didn't... it didn't stick. Oh, the Stalkers, they already used Blink to snipe something. Now they are stuck. Taking a lot of damage. They take down 1 Viking in return for their fallen brethren. Do you see a ghost coming out? That is nice. Some EMPs. That'll do just fine. 4th CC for Kelazhur underway as well. And Creator finally moving out on the map himself. He's done being defensive. He's done with all those annoying mosquito bites from the Medivacs and the Raven. He wants to fly swat a little bit. There's one tank helping a little bit. But Kelazhur moves in his small portion of his army, most of his reinforcements into the army of Creator. Moves in himself, but now you realize that the entire army is in his 3rd base, and Kelazhur is actually moving back. Not stimming his army to run fast. It's running real slow-like. And his whole 3rd base basically got cleaned out. Almost 30 SCVs. And I guess Kelazhur wasn't comfortable going for a base trade here. Instead, he thinks that he can catch this army and kill it. He scans? I mean, you have to kill this army now, right? You are committed. But instead, Kelazhur just chills. Oh, that was a really good move by Creator. Just walking across the map, and Kelazhur didn't expect it. Didn't have a marine or anything to spot. And now Kelazhur on 2 bases. 144 supply. He has a smaller army supply, and he's fine on upgrades. He also has the Ghost, so if he gets some big EMPs and doesn't get completely stomped by the Colossus lasers. Oh, we see a recall, which means half the army is not being recalled. Nice targeting onto the Colossi. EMP does not stop recall. It does a lot, but it doesn't do that. But Disruptors now hit the field. They're not quite disco balls. We haven't gotten those skins yet, but they are a reason to party for most Protoss players. And I mean, the dopamine rush when you get that big hit. It's for real. Oh, here comes... Oh! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That was a big hit, and Kelazhur is just in the lion's den. More Disruptor hits, and GG is called. Oh my god. Poor Kelazhur was forced to kind of like engage, go in, try and get a lot of damage done because of how much damage he took at his 3rd base. I mean, Creator just catching him with the spans down, and Kelazhur took down the 5th base, but Creator did a whole lot more. Killed a whole lot more workers. And kind of, Creator just forced him to go all in. Kelazhur did, and I mean, the Disruptor hits were schnasty. And we're here in game number 2 of this best of 3. Creator going up against Kelazhur in the open bracket of the ESL Spring 2024 Finals at DreamHack Dallas. Kelazhur needs to bounce back here. He's down 1-0. What does he have planned for this map? Alcyone, Alcyone, I don't know. We have the gold minerals. Those are always an interesting aspect of this map. We also have the rich geysers, which doesn't matter as much when you don't have a Zerg on the map, I feel like. I don't really know any rushes that Terran can do to to benefit from like having lots of gas. Maybe a Protoss could do it in weird situations where like for some reason you're unable to take your natural, instead you take this, or like this is a quick 3rd and then some sentry focused or Archon focused, like Archon Zealot charge lot all in. Could be okay, but I don't really see why a Terran would ever want this rich geyser. I guess if you're going mech, it's nice, but we've seen a lot of like passive play on this map. Not even mech per se, but just passive play. And they always take this as a 3rd, expand to this base as a 4th, and then go for the gold because it's just nicely defended. It's a nice expansion pattern. As opposed to taking this left base, which is on the low ground, and opens you up to more attack paths. Whereas this 3rd base does open you, well, it doesn't open you up to more attack paths, kind of. And then the 4th is super easy, not really giving you an additional attack path either to defend. And of course the gold is a pretty nice reward in and of itself. Let's see what the Reaper does. We have a Reaper wall here, and an Adept is being chrono boosted out. So we're gonna be seeing what the...
Glory to the Daylong.
what the Reaper's seeing, doesn't want to go up the ramp. He is afraid. Goes up the ramp here, finds all of the buildings. Now the Adept is here, runs into the Reaper. And, I mean, the Reaper can go down here, and you're safe. You're safe. Good job. The Adept can stay here, because there's no other way back up, unless... Yeah, you go over there. Twilight Console is thrown down in the natural, almost as if Creator wants it to be scouted here. But I guess there wasn't really another pylon. Otherwise, you'd have to put it here, and I think a Reaper can see it. So somehow it goes unscouted for most of the time in the natural. Now the Reaper does get in, finds the Twilight Console, sees it spinning up, so knows that probably not a DT shrine somewhere in a corner. Because even if you DT rush, you still have a tight build. Unless you're Gigabrain, I guess. Oh, this one probe could go down and will go down. 2 probes in total. Creator going for the double wall once again. Won't get that probe. The Reaper will get out. And Creator did see the factory, went past this bunker somehow. Wow. Maybe there was a probe here that died to the bunker instead of the Reaper. Robo goes down as well, so Creator doing a very similar build, if not exactly the same build as in game number 1. Getting his Blink, getting the Robo, being defensive, having the wall in front. And Kelazhur kind of showing a similar thing as well. But no Cyclone this time around. And adding in more barracks and a way earlier 3rd command center. Not trying to get damage done with those Widow Mines. Knowing how defensive Creator is against those. Oh, we do have the Cyclone. Never mind. So, pretty similar opener for Kelazhur, but has an earlier 3rd. I feel like earlier racks, because, I mean, no starport anywhere inside secondary bunker being added on. Oh my. We see a Warp Prism, so he might be right in assuming that Creator will move out against him. Maybe just this map, where this map is annoying. Because you don't have a ramp, it's just a low ground wall. Same with Zerg, where Ravager attacks against a wall that isn't up a ramp. It's just way nicer. Because you can see the buildings at all time. At all times. Damn, this Reaper stays being annoying. Creator actually blinks after it. Get over here. So the Reaper does go down. A full wall for Kelazhur with 2. It's actually not a wall. What the hell? Almost a wall. Creative wall. And double NG going down now. War Prism underway with 4 Stalkers. So Creator is doing something here. We see Storm. 3rd base has been planted down as well. What's this War Prism up to? Just drops the Stalkers. Nothing going on. 4 Stalkers will one-shot SCVs. Do 2-shot a Cyclone, apparently. And the Siege Tank well positioned to deal with this. Very nice. This wouldn't really strike me as a Blink map, but that was a very nice defensive Siege Tank. I guess Kelazhur has 3 Siege Tanks. Look at this one. It kind of looks to be, like, floating a little bit. Because of... War Prism. Gets into the natural. Turrets are being built. Instantaneously cancelled. So we do get 2 SCV kills. 4 Creator here. And Kelazhur's army is massive. But Storm is about to finish. And do we have any High Templar? We have 4 High Templar. And 2 of them already... 3 of them have already have Storms. 3 of them times. Wow, this Observer. Worth its weight in gold. Assuming that it's... heavy. Look at the vision. It just shows you where all of the tanks are plus the army right now.
SCV ready.
We do have +1 and +1 armor for Kelazhur's bio finishing up. Medevacs are finally on the menu. Marauder slow and an armory, but not double armory, triple engineering bay this time around. What is this? Wow, a gateway from Creator at the 4th base, or one of the potential 4th bases of Kelazhur. to perhaps, like, warp in charge slots here and do run-bys. This is telling me that Creator expects this to be kind of a blind spot for Kelazhur, that Kelazhur will just play, like, the bottom side of the map and just kind of ignore the top, maybe because of those ridge geysers. But now Creator is giving him a reason to play top, so I don't know. This is kind of counterintuitive to me. Or he's doubling down on the fact that he thinks that Kelazhur won't ever bother to watch that side of the map, but now he finds a gateway and a pylon. That is confusing. Because this kind of shouts like, yo, I was all-inning you, and then I kind of didn't? So I wouldn't be surprised if Kelazhur becomes ultra defensive. Or at least scans for like a fourth base or something, but he sees nothing. Let's do a big zoom. Oh, the siege tank laying down the hurt onto the Protoss army, and Creator commits on up here. Gets all of the tanks. Uses a bunch of his storms, but he still has Storm. And Kelazhur dodges that Storm pretty nicely. He has a lot of bio. He's up 2 upgrades. He might actually become up 4 upgrades. Do we have a Forge? Just now starting a Forge here for Creator. So, actually, Creator kind of like Gateway Man without upgrades. And Storm. How many High Templar? We have 1 High Templar here in the back with 1 Storm. And the last Storm now goes down. We have Ghosts. Oh, here's more High Templar. They have Storm. That's like 3 or 4 Storm. Boom! In the War Prism, drops them and gets a lot of the Storms down onto the army of Kelazhur. These medevacs have to work overtime, but they are burnt out because no energy remaining, sir. Doesn't matter how much overtime you want to pay me out, I won't do it. I am literally dying. Not paying me enough anyways, even if it's overtime. Classic millennial zoomer medevacs. Can't afford a house, so don't want to work. Creator, though, very behind in upgrades. I feel like if Kelazhur hits his 2-2 timing here, whew, this Protoss army is just going to melt. If the storms don't hit right, that's a nice storm. Of course, they put them in the War Prism to make sure that EMPs from the Ghost can't get onto the Warp or onto the High Templars. And the War Prism is more maneuverable. It's kind of like a Reaver Shuttle, but better. Or, I don't know which one's better, actually. I think Reaver Shuttle might be more value comparatively to no Shuttle Reaver than High Templar to War Prism High Templar. But it's still a good way, of course, to make sure that your High Templar don't get EMP'd. And you actually have the storms. Disruptors coming out as well. Secondary Robo also there to get more Disruptors out. Dark Templar Shrine. I kind of freaked out for 1 second thinking it was 2 Dark Templar Shrines, but these are pylons. Oh, another. It looked nice, but actually didn't kill anything. It just softened up the army, but it drains all of the medevacs here. How many medevacs do we have? 9 medevacs. And, oh, there's 2 over there. They still have some energy, but look at that. Like, some of these Marines still haven't been healed up because of all of the storm damage that Kelazhur has been taken. How many High Templar do we have? 4 in total. I'm kind of surprised that there's not a few more, especially with their rich geyser. Just make around a High Templar, some cannon shield battery, what can stop you? But instead we have the Disruptor, a little bit more reliable, I suppose. Can't be turned off by EMP. And it kind of switches around. When you have High Templar, there's the potential that you aren't paying attention for 1 second, and suddenly everything is EMP, but now you have the Disruptor, and if the Terran doesn't pay attention for 1 second, they lose their entire army. Oh, Disruptor's also very nice against those Widow Mines. Oh, a double hit, and another, and look at that, just chucking those Disruptor balls towards the army of Kelazhur, and every time Kelazhur walks back, starts hitting the Nexus again. Cool, calm, collected, nice play here by Kelazhur. The High Templar gets sniped, but does get off its storm, but doesn't really get a lot of kills here. Oh my god, the beastly drop. of Kelazhur here. That is like, what? Well, 9 medevacs. Dropping all of the bio here. And probes are falling as well. That's a good storm. Forces a lot of the medevacs away. Storms on medevacs are really good. Disruptors can't hit air. Blizzard, please fix. Oh, look at this Sim City. Kind of working against Creator. His whole army is stuck in the mineral line. Big pickup from Kelazhur. Gets out of the main. Lots of buildings destroyed, unpowered, and good trades here for Kelazhur. Look at that disruptor. Rolls on up. Ah, shit. Here we go again. It does get destroyed. The DT gets EMP'd and revealed. It looked like. Oh, this mine gets on top of the Archon. 2 disruptor balls. Oh, actually, the dodging from Kelazhur, dude. He's been shaken up. He's awake now. Has a 4th base and a 5th base. And it doesn't get hit by those disruptor shots as much as he did at the end of game 1 there. Creator, though, he was completely right that, yep, the top side is not really an issue. I can just take another base there. This 5th base, or 4th base now, hasn't really been contested. I got that rich geyser going. I got that shmoney. Now going for double ups, and I mean, Kelazhur is still up 4 upgrades. So this could just be the killing move. Kelazhur trading so well. Oh, 2 ghosts actually get one-shot by disruptors. The bio just runs on in. That's a lot of disruptor balls, but nice hop pickup there by Kelazhur. Some of his bio did end up dying, but another big doom drop is planted on into the main. And he decides against it. Gets the F out of there. The gold base is mine. Gets another base. Gets another base. Kelazhur is just expanding all over the map. It's not really Zerg style anymore. Like every race expands a lot in Legacy of the Void. Oh, and here comes the Doom Drop. We're back in business, baby. This +3 upgrade, if that gets cancelled, that would be really nice. Nuclear battery even committed for this. That is kind of crazy. Creator kind of panicking here. I don't know if he had... No, he does not have... Oh, he does have a recall. He's just not doing it. Lots and lots of DTs here. Do we have DT Blink? We do have DT Blink. Archon's now morphed in when the scan started revealing the Dark Templar, and Creator moves on into the 3rd base. Chucks disruptor balls into the army of Kelazhur. Does get pretty good hits here. Oh, we have Liberators on deck now. Getting Liberator range. We get the weird upgrades as well from the Engineering Bay. Building armor and high-sec auto-tracking. They're cool upgrades, but we only see them in, like, late game. When the people start floating money, all of these Immortals are in a whole position. Run! Liberators getting their value. Look at that. I think +3 got denied. It did get denied. And only the medevacs make it out. Oh, never mind. This Stalker has something to say about it. Get the weak one. 1 HP medevac. No! Actually gets out. Incredible. And I mean, Kelazhur is just so rich right now. He's rich. He has all the upgrades in the world. And now Liberators are going to just shift Q into your Mineral Alliance Creator. What can you do about that? Do you have like multiple cannons in a circle around your Nexus? Oh, one Liberator gets caught. Need to see another blink to get that. Building armor finishing up. That's the clutch. Oh! Oh, I thought with Liberator range he could not be hit, but I guess he should have been a little further back. 2 more just come in. Nice. What up? Double Liberator siege onto the Rich Geyser base. Didn't actually have to pull the probes out of the Rich Geyser. Or probably just box them away. Puts them into the army. Creator kind of feeling the heat here, doing what Kelazhur did in game 1, just pulling the trigger, feeling like he needs to get a lot of damage done now, and forces himself into this position. Oh, all of his robo units are still left, but they are now exposed. No more like frontline for that. Do get a bunch of Stalkers to reinforce. 2 War Prisms coming out. That will be nice. The probes going back here, but the Liberators are still there. Hello? Oh no, dude, this is going to be a slaughter. 22 probes did die to the other Liberators. Oh my god. So Kelazhur does play at the top, and now Creator walks on up. And that is as dangerous in any game. But StarCraft and Dota are both games where if you walk up a ramp, you better have a big-ass army and be ready to fight. Fight dirty. Because it's always scary to run up a ramp blind. And I don't see an observer here. Kelazhur! Oh, what? I don't know how that happened, but Creator was up 1-0. And now, we are here. We have a series. It's a best of 3. We're 1-1. So we're going to a final game 3. And we're here, game number 3, Oceanborn. Creator up against Kelazhur. We skipped ahead a little bit because nothing's happening. And before stuff starts happening, sure to like and subscribe. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Probe gets shooed away here by this Marine. You'll pay for what you did to my friend SEV over there. And now that the Cybercore finishes up, we can see some choices coming out from Creator. Goes for an Adept, Chrono boosted out, even though he saw that there is no Reaper. But he just wants to have an Adept to scout about. Maybe he can get into the main, scout the factory once again, like he did in the previous game. And of course it's cheap on gas, so you can invest other gas into a tech structure. Twilight Council going down for the 3rd time in a row for Creator here. So I'm fully expecting to see another one of those walls and blink plays from Creator, just being ready for any type of Widowmine shenaniganry. And then going into a 3rd base off of his blink and his robo. We see a Cyclone come out from Kelazhur, just like he did in the previous 2 games. So, good to see that both of these players just really believe in what they're doing. Not really changing anything up. It would be kind of spicy, of course, to see a specialty build. But Oceanborn? Like, what type of specialty build do you do on Oceanborn? Like, if this dead zone wasn't here, you could have like a siege tank assault, maybe, but maybe siege tanks over here? That's like the juiciest thing I can find. Maybe a... Wow. Never mind. Gateway, Dark Shrine. He's going for DT Rush. This might go real fast. I was about to say, maybe you go for a Stargate here. Get a quick Oracle. And then go into the Tempest. Though, yeah, if you have Tempest over here, I think you can do some damage. Deny the natural. And then you just fly to the 3rd and nothing really happens. But still, then you have Tempest. That's cool. Robo coming down, but this looks exactly the same except for the fact that we don't have the blink upgrade from Creator. He's going for that proxy DT, and of course, your boy Kelazhur doesn't know. Wow, Hellion comes on in to scout. Oh, Resonating Glaives gets started up to fake blink. This is the cheapest upgrade together with charge. And now that the Hellion dies, it gets cancelled. Dude, Creator. He's tricking him. He's tricking him up. We do have a 3rd base, so that might be a little bit of extra scans if the orbital gets started right away, but the DT Shrine is already done. The DTs are walking up. Do we have a scan? We have 1 scan. 1 scan to rule them all. Please don't drop a mule just before the DTs run in. What? He makes an Archon? What? He makes an Archon. What was that? The mule's down. He has an Archon. What? What? He has no scans and no turrets. And you made an Archon. Now you're going for a 2 Adept Archon drop. And now another DT comes in. Okay. So you want to do a double assault, but still no DT in the drop. I mean, this DT is going to do a lot of damage because there is maybe 1 scan. There's 1 scan. Oh, he does get scanned. He doesn't walk out of it, so he gets shut down right away. This should be a 2nd DT running in. If you want to go for maximum damage, there's a siege tank back here. And Kelazhur actually defending here. Double NGB just now starting. So, this 1 scan, don't accidentally spend it, Mr. Kelazhur. And now finishing his wall. I thought the game would end on this DT Shrine, honestly. If Creator had just gambled all of it, he would have potentially done a lot of damage. Now a DT comes out Instead of the adepts, and another scan was used, we have a scan in 10, but we also have a turret underway. So this Dark Templar build's not going to do anything. Now we have an Archon drop. Is this like 2016 Zerg versus Protoss? Anybody? Remember? Being forced to make roaches against that shit? And then, luckily, your queen's still having infinite range, so just clicking on the War Prism was kind of good. And then we figured out that you just make 2 more queens than you usually do, and suddenly the War Prism is looking awfully weak. Now, Creator does now transition back into the Blink Colossus play. The third base got delayed a little bit by this Archon drop, I feel like, but not too long. Would be nice to catch a couple mules here. War Prism gets onto this turret. Wow, 1 SCV goes down. The turret might even start burning. Second, oh, click the SCV. No, that could have been double the value. Instead of 1, you get 2 SCV kills. Fourth base does go down for Creator because of all of this pressure he's putting on. He can do what he wants at home. He has 1 Forge and he starts his upgrades, so he's not going to be as far behind upgrade-wise as he was in game number 2. A couple Stalkers running around here as well. Could click down the Cyclone. That will... It's a little faster than the Marines, so it will run out in front. And then you can just walk up with Stalkers, click it down, and then blink out. Take a little bit of damage from the Stim Marines, but if you've got those quick zoomer hands... Although I don't think Creator is quite a zoomer right now. I feel like he's a little bit older. Already. I mean, aren't we all? I feel like most people that watch StarCraft are at least a little bit old. If you're not, welcome. Enjoy this game, it's great. It's become way better even. You think about like 2012, 2014 StarCraft. 2024 StarCraft though. People are just so good. Everything is so smooth. All the small things start mattering so effing much. And then when somebody blows the other person out, kind of like certain finals that recently happens, that makes it all the more impressive. Because it takes so much, like, skill and then, well, yeah, work to be that much better than your opponent. The Phoenix does scout this move out from Kelazhur here. He has 1-1. 2 siege tanks with him. Good amount of medevacs. They got the juice this time around. But no storm. It's back to Colossi. You see the force fields coming down. Some charge slots here. They just got charged. The Widow Mines are here as well. Wow. Oh, the Widow Mines obliterate all of the zealots here. But I feel like these Marines are not happy looking at these Colossi. They don't have thermal lance yet, but the shield battery is buying a lot of time here for Creator. Kelazhur kind of fighting a war on 2 fronts with his army. They're all shooting a cannon that was being repaired and being shot at by the Colossus at the bottom there. That was a terrible engagement for Kelazhur. Look at the arc. Look at the arc. Like, this is like a 90-degree arc, at least. I don't know how you measure an arc, but yeah, like... No, it's like the other way around. 270 degree arc. That's what it is. Is it? I don't know. It was a lot. I think it's 90. Okay. To think about my SolidWorks days. Oh, these tanks, they get spotted. Creator doesn't see it on the minimap. Or is... Yeah, well, I mean, he's just focused on actually fighting the main army here. But those 2 tanks could be in a lot of danger. Oh, all of the army of Kelazhur is in these medevacs. Oh, full medevac gets sniped as well. Kelazhur gets in position. These tanks are still alive and gets time to unload the rest of his forces. The tanks, okay, they're safe. The anchor of this Kelazhur army is now a little bit on the back foot. Look at the supply of Creator. He can just start barreling down. Oh, the siege tanks, though, doing a lot of damage. The upgrades are definitely in Kelazhur's favor. And the Disruptors are coming out, an extra Robo and a 5th base for Creator. So behind this, he's doing really well. Wow, Charge Zealots and Archons from the bottom again. Like a 60-plus degree arc coming into the army of Kelazhur, and just, oh my god, the Archons and the Colossus perfectly spreading out all of their AoE damage, the splash damage, just completely annihilating all of that bio army. And the SCVs get pulled off the line at the end there, which doesn't really help. If you pull them, you want to pull them early. But oh my god. Dude, Kelazhur overstepping a little bit on this ramp here, taking a bad trade into Creator, despite his monstrous upgrades. And Creator just pumping out a 200 army and shoving it into the 3rd base of Kelazhur, forcing his way up the ramp. And Creator takes this series 2-1 over Kelazhur, knocking Kelazhur to the lower bracket of the open stage. And the Creator moves on. Poor Stalker. Gave his life for the cause. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're going to do... I think this is the only game that interested me from Group A. We're going to do a bunch of Group B, C, and D matches. If there's any match in there that you want to see, because it probably hasn't been cast yet, hit me up in the comments, and I could probably fit it in. So yeah, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.